Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to learn 100 essential phrases for office conversations. If you work in an English-speaking office, or if you plan to, these phrases are absolutely essential. The workplace is a different environment from casual conversations. You need to sound professional, polite, and confident. You need to know how to participate in meetings, ask questions, give feedback, and handle problems. You also need to know how to build relationships with your colleagues. But many English learners feel nervous at work. They don't know the right phrases to use. They worry about sounding unprofessional. They stay quiet in meetings because they are afraid of making mistakes. Don't worry. Today, I am going to teach you exactly what to say in every workplace situation. These phrases are simple, professional, and practical. By the end of this video, you will feel confident speaking at work. So, let's get started. Part 1. Greetings and starting conversations. Phrases 1 to 15. Let's begin with how to greet colleagues and start conversations at work. Morning greetings. Good morning. A standard morning greeting. Good afternoon. A standard afternoon greeting. How are you today? A polite way to start a conversation. I'm well, thank you. How about you? A professional response. Good to see you. Friendly and professional.
How was your weekend?
Common small talk on Monday. How was your evening? Common small talk in the morning. Did you have a good weekend? Another way to ask about the weekend. How are things going? Asking about work or life in general. What's new with you? Casual and friendly. Welcoming new colleagues. It's nice to meet you. When meeting someone for the first time. I've heard a lot about you. When you've heard good things. Welcome aboard. When welcoming a new colleague. Glad to have you on the team. Welcoming a new team member. It's a pleasure working with you.
Showing AP.
Appreciation. Part 2. Participating in meetings. Phrases 16 to 35. These phrases will help you sound professional in meetings. Starting a meeting. Shall we get started? Starting a meeting. I'd like to begin by introducing the topic. Let's move on to the next item. Changing the topic. Could we focus on redirecting the conversation? Contributing to meetings. I'd like to add something. Adding your thoughts. May I interrupt for a moment? Politely interrupting. Sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you repeat it? Asking for repetition. Could you clarify what you mean by? Asking for clarification. Let me make sure I understand. Confirming understanding. I agree with that point. Showing agreement. I see it a bit differently. Polite disagreement. That's an interesting perspective. Acknowledging others' views. Managing the meeting. Could we take a quick break? Suggesting a break. Let's summarize what we've covered. Summarizing. Let's wrap up for today. Ending a meeting. We're running out of time. Noticing time constraints. Let's table this for the next meeting. Delaying a discussion. Asking for input. What does everyone think about this? Asking for opinions. Does anyone have any questions? Opening for questions. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. Inviting input. Part 3. Asking questions and clarifying. Phrases 36 to 45. Asking questions shows engagement and helps you understand better. Could you explain that in more detail? Asking for more information. What exactly do you mean by? Asking for clarification. I have a question about. Introducing your question. Could you give me an example? Asking for an example. Let me double check. Confirming you understood. Did I understand that correctly? Checking understanding. Could you go over that again? Asking to repeat. What does this mean for our team? Asking about impact. When is this due? Asking about deadlines.
Who is
responsible for this? Asking about responsibility. Part 4. Giving and receiving feedback. Phrases 46 to 60. Giving and receiving feedback is an important part of professional life. Giving positive feedback. I'd like to give you some feedback. Starting feedback. You did a great job on positive feedback. I appreciate your hard work on this. Showing appreciation. Keep up the good work. Encouraging. This is really impressive. Complimenting. Giving constructive feedback. I think there's room for improvement in constructive feedback. You might consider suggesting improvement. I noticed that. Observing something. This is a good start. Let's work on encouraging improvement. Receiving feedback. What do you think about this? Asking for feedback. I'm open to suggestions. Showing openness. I appreciate your feedback. Receiving feedback graciously. Thank you for your honesty. Receiving negative feedback. I'll work on that. Responding to feedback. Could you give me some more details? Asking for specifics. Part 5. Making requests and offers. Phrases 61 to 75. These phrases help you ask for things and offer help at work. Asking for help. Could you help me with? Asking for help. Would you mind? A polite request. I was wondering if you could. A polite question. Could I get your assistance on this? Formal request. I need some help with. Direct request.
Could you send me?
Requesting documents or information. Offering help. Let me know if you need any help. Offering help. Is there anything I can do to help? Offering assistance. I'd be happy to help with that. Accepting to help. I'll take care of that. Taking responsibility. Promising action. I'll get back to you on that. Promising a response. Let me check and get back to you. Asking for time. I'll have it done by. Promising completion. Could we schedule a meeting? Requesting a meeting. Can we reschedule? Changing a meeting time. Part 6. Discussing projects and deadlines. Phrases 76 to 85. These phrases help you talk about work tasks and timelines. What are we working on today? Asking about tasks. What's the status of? Asking for an update. I'm working on. Telling what you're doing. I've finished. Informing about completion. I'm almost done with. Updating progress. We're making good progress. Positive update. We've hit a roadblock. Reporting a problem. We need to address this issue. Highlighting a problem. Let's prioritize this task. Focusing on important work. I'm confident we can meet the deadline. Showing confidence. Part 7. Expressing opinions and suggestions. Phrases 86 to 100. Sharing your thoughts shows engagement and value. Giving opinions. I think we should. Giving an opinion. In my opinion. Starting an opinion. I believe that. Another way to express belief. I feel that. Expressing feeling. From my perspective. Sharing your point of view. Making suggestions. I suggest that we. Making a suggestion. Maybe we could try. Suggesting. What if we? Proposing a different approach. I'd propose that we. Making a proposal. Why don't we? Suggesting action. Expressing caution or concern. I'm concerned about. Expressing concern. I'm not sure that's the best approach. Polite disagreement. I see where you're coming from, but. Acknowledging then disagreeing. Let's consider other options. Suggesting alternatives. I'm leaning towards. Expressing preference. Part 8. Phone and email phrases. Bonus phrases 101 to 115. Professional phone and email communication is essential at work. Phone phrases. Hello, this is name from company. Answering professionally. May I speak to name, please? Requesting someone. I'm returning your call. Explaining why you're calling. Could you put me through to? Asking to be transferred. I'm calling about. Stating. The purpose. Can I leave a message? When someone is unavailable. I'll make sure they get your message. Taking a message. Could you hold for a moment, please? Asking to wait. Thank you for holding. Returning to a caller. Let me put you through. Transferring a call. Email phrases. I'm writing to follow up on. Following up. Just a quick reminder about. Reminding. Could you please take a look at? Requesting review. Please find attached. Sending an attachment. Looking forward to your response. Waiting for a reply. Part 9. Networking and building relationships. Bonus phrases 116 to 125. Building good relationships is key to career success. I'd love to connect with you. Expressing interest. Let's grab coffee sometime. Informal meeting request. I enjoy talking to you. Showing appreciation. We should stay in touch. Suggesting connection. I'd like to introduce you to name. Making an introduction. Let's have lunch together. Social invitation. What's your role at company? Asking about someone's job. How long have you been with the company? Getting to know someone. Do you have any advice for someone new? Asking for guidance. I appreciate your support on this. Thanking someone. Part 10. Presentations and client meetings. Bonus phrases 126 to 135. These phrases help you sound professional in presentations and client meetings. I'm here to present. Starting a presentation. I'd like to introduce our team. Introducing colleagues. Let me give you an overview. Starting an overview. I'll be covering 3 main points. Outlining. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Welcoming questions. Let's move on to the next section. Transitioning. I'd like to wrap up by saying, ending a presentation. To summarize, summarizing. Thank you for your attention. Thanking the audience. I'm happy to answer any questions now. Opening Q&A. Part 11. Handling problems and complaints. B. Bonus phrases 136 to 145. Problems happen. These phrases help you handle them professionally. We have a problem. Reporting an issue. I've noticed an issue with. Identifying a problem. This needs to be fixed. Stating urgency. Can we troubleshoot this together? Asking for help solving. I'm having trouble with. Sharing a difficulty. It seems like something went wrong. Observing a problem. I'm not happy with the results. Expressing dissatisfaction. Let's find a solution. Focusing on resolution. Let's address this immediately. Stating urgency. I apologize for the mistake. Apologizing. Part 12. Bonus. Changing plans and rescheduling. Bonus phrases 146 to 155. Sometimes plans change. These phrases help you handle it professionally. I'm afraid I need to reschedule our meeting. Changing plans. Could we move our meeting to a different time? Suggesting a change. Let me check my calendar and get back to you. Checking availability. Something urgent came up. Explaining a change. I'm sorry for the last-minute notice. Apologizing for changing. Is it okay if we postpone? Asking to delay. I can do next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Suggesting a new time. Does that work for you? Checking with the other person. I've updated the meeting invite. Confirming the change. Thank you for understanding. Showing appreciation. Part 13. Real-life office conversations. Here are some complete conversations using these phrases. These are only the phrases you say. Conversation 1. Morning greeting with a colleague. What you say. Good morning, Sarah. How are you today? I'm well, thank you. How was your weekend? That sounds great. I had a relaxing weekend too. By the way, could you help me with the presentation later? Thank you. I appreciate it. Conversation 2. Participating in a meeting. What you say. I'd like to add something to that point. I think we should consider the budget implications. Could you clarify what you mean by the timeline? I agree with that approach. Let's move on to the next agenda item. Conversation 3. Following up on a project. What you say. Good afternoon. I'm just following up on the report we discussed. Could you send me the final version when it's ready? I have a question about the data in section 3. I'll get back to you once I've reviewed it. Thank you for your help. Conversation 4. Giving feedback to a team member. What you say. I'd like to give you some feedback on your recent presentation. You did a great job engaging the audience. I think there's room for improvement in the conclusion. Maybe you could add a stronger summary. Keep up the good work overall. Conversation 5. Talking to a client. What you say. Good morning. I'm here to present our proposal. I'd like to give you an overview of our plan. We have 3 main recommendations for your team. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm happy to answer any questions now. Conversation 6. Making a request. What you say. Could you help me with a financial report? I need some assistance with the data analysis. Would you mind taking a look at this document? I'd really appreciate your input on this. Thank you so much for your help. Conversation 7. Handling a problem. What you say. We have a problem with the software update. It seems like something went wrong with the installation. Let's troubleshoot this together. We need to address this immediately. Let me contact IT for additional support. Conversation 8. Asking for clarification. What you say. Could you clarify what you meant by that? I didn't quite understand your explanation. Could you give me an example? Let me make sure I understand correctly. Thank you for clarifying that. Part 14. Tips for office communication. Here are some tips to help you communicate better at work. Tip 1. Be polite and respectful. Always use please, thank why, oh you, and excuse me. These simple words go a long way in building positive relationships at work. Tip 2. Be clear and concise. Don't use too many words. Get to the point. People at work are busy and appreciate clear communication.
Tip 3. Listen actively.
Pay attention to what others say. Show that you are listening by nodding and responding. This builds trust and respect. Tip 4. Use professional language. Avoid slang and casual language in formal situations. Use professional phrases instead. This makes you sound more credible. Tip 5. Be confident but not arrogant. Speak with confidence. But don't act like you know everything. Be open to learning from others. Tip 6. Ask questions. If you don't understand, ask. It is better to ask than to pretend you understand. Asking questions shows engagement. Tip 7. Practice active listening. When someone speaks, give them your full attention. Don't interrupt. Wait for your turn to speak. Tip 8. Use body language. Maintain good posture. Make eye contact. Use natural gestures. These nonverbal cues reinforce your message. Tip 9. Follow up in writing. After important conversations or meetings, send a quick email summarizing what was discussed. This shows professionalism. Tip 10. Be friendly. Being friendly with colleagues creates a positive work environment. Small talk can build strong relationships. Part 15. Common mistakes to avoid. Mistake 1. Using informal language in formal situations. Don't use slang or casual phrases in meetings or with clients. Use professional language instead. Mistake 2. Interrupting others. Wait for others to finish speaking before you speak. Interrupting is seen as disrespectful. Mistake 3. Not responding to emails. Always respond to emails in a timely manner. Even a short "thank you, I'll look into this" is better than no response. Mistake 4. Being too vague. Be specific when giving instructions or feedback. Vague communication leads to confusion. Mistake 5. Not asking questions. Don't pee. Pretend to understand if you don't. Asking questions shows you are engaged and want to do a good job. Mistake 6. Being negative. Focus on solutions, not problems. A positive attitude is valued in the workplace. Mistake 7. Overusing sorry. Don't apologize too much. Say excuse me or pardon me instead. Too many sorry's can make you seem less confident.
Outro.
So, to quickly summarize what we learned today, we learned 100 essential phrases for office conversations. We covered greetings, meetings, questions, and feedback. We learned how to make requests, discuss projects, and express opinions. We learned how to handle phone calls, emails, and problems. We learned how to network and build relationships at work. We practiced real-life office conversations. We learned tips for professional communication. We learned common mistakes to avoid. Now, it's your turn. Pick a few phrases and start using them at work. Practice every day. You will get better with time. The key is to start small and be consistent. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on future lessons. Also, I've put a link to our Telegram channel in the description below. We share daily tips, exercises, and reminders there. Join us to keep practicing and improving. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck at work, and I'll see you in the next one.
Bye.